Welcome back to the Arsenal Alliance, another preview show for you. Arsenal go to Goodison to take on Everton on Saturday afternoon, the early kickoff, 12:30. Now, after that bruising encounter against Fulham, losing Gabriel Magalhães to an hamstring injury, out for the season. Terrible news, man. Bad news. Right on the cusp of doing something in the Champions League as well. We got Real Madrid on Tuesday, and without Gabriel, are we going to have any chance? You've got the Mbappes and the Vinicius Junior and everybody else in that team that's absolutely amazing going forward, and we're going to miss our best defender this season. So it's time for William Saliba. He's on the thumbnail for a reason, so he can step up. I know he's been a good player, a very, very good player. I mean, I'm giving him a bit of injustice there. But, he is a great player. I keep changing my mind, don't I? But I do think that he's going to have to up his game because he's not going to have Gabriel next to him. He's going to have Kiwior most likely next to him. And I'm not, it's not going to be the same. And I'm worried. I'm worried about that Real Madrid game. But we've got to get past Everton first, who have had a resurgence under David Moyes going back there, and he's doing bits there and there, and Everton are playing a lot better than what they did. They give Everton a good game last night as well, only losing that game 1-0. But I think Liverpool were a little bit, they're not themselves. Since they lost that Carabao Cup final to Newcastle, I'm not really sure why, but they don't seem to be, they might be just having a little bit of fatigue maybe. Well, it was an international break, so I did expect them to come back firing. I expect them to, especially at Anfield, give Everton a good hiding. But obviously they didn't. And Beto got a goal, but it was offside, and he hit the post as well. So, thinking about Liverpool, they are susceptible for a counter-attack. So we've got them playing them still. We've still got to play them at Anfield towards the end of the season. I think the third from last game is when we go up there. It doesn't really matter. The league's gone, but we want to finish the season strong. Nottingham Forest are still on our coattails, beating Man United as well. They're hanging in there. They're only 4 points behind us, and we've got to keep winning to keep that second spot, finishing runners up for a first season in a row. I know it's first loser. I know it's not quite good enough. This should have been our year, like it should have been our year when Leicester won the league all them years ago, But Liverpool was the ones that coming to fruition under Arne Slot, his first year as a Premier League manager, and he's proved all the critics wrong. Even myself, he's proved me wrong. I thought, who's he? Arne Slot, you know what I mean? He's done bits for them. And, kudos to him, man. He deserves his flowers. They've done well. We just weren't good enough. But we've got to win this game against Everton on Saturday. We've got to win. We can't afford no more slip-ups. No more slip-ups. I think we might even get, we might get beat at Anfield by Liverpool, but then we can afford to lose one game and Forest not to overtake us into that second spot. So, as long as we can win all the rest of them, we can still finish in second place. And, I'll say hold your head up high a little bit, but, it's disappointing that we didn't go on with the decline of Man City this year. They've had an off season. I know it was very unexpected, but we should have took our chance when we had it, and we haven't done it. We haven't capitalised on it, and that's only our own fault. So we've only got ourselves to blame. The manager, sometimes the players. Is it the manager's or the players' fault? It's a bit of both, really. The players are doing what the manager's told them to do, but are they doing exactly what he tells them to do? Are they getting things wrong themselves? I don't know. I'm no genius in that respect. But I do believe that if we had a better manager, we definitely would have won the league this year. We could have won it 2 years ago. Could have won it last year. With a better manager, more experience, more experience at winning trophies, we could have done a lot better, maybe. It's all hindsight, isn't it? It's all hindsight now. We've got Arteta. I think we're going to be stuck with him. who knows, this new sporting director, Andrea Berta, whatever his name is. I've never heard of him before. I don't really look into the as deep as looking into the sporting directors side of the game. I don't, you know, I don't follow the football like that. I follow the football by watching what I'm seeing at the games and the managers. I don't know who the coaching staff are at Arsenal. I don't know who the rest of the board are. I know the Cronkies are the owners, Josh and Stan, but I don't know any other board members' names or anything like that. You know, until something happens like Vinay and Rossellini and you know, people like that who you hear about, Gazidis. You know, David Dean, I did know about David Dean. Yeah, that was a name because he was a great partner with Arsene Wenger. He was the guy that brought Arsene Wenger to Arsenal, and, you know, the rest is history there because of, you know, we was winning things in the first half of his tenure, weren't we? We was doing really well. But we stuck with Wenger for too long anyway, and I think the same thing's happening with Mikel Arteta. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. Before I go, I will give you my predicted lineup for the game, and it is David Raya in goal. I think we're going to stick with Julian Timber. I know he got a little knock against Everton, but I think he's going to be all right. I've not heard nothing major about that, so I think he might be all right. Ben White's still there, but is he up to it? Actually, he might not be. No, he's injured as well. Sorry, he's injured as well because he wasn't available for the Fulham game either. So he's probably not going to be available for this game. He might make the bench, but, you know, who knows that. So I'm going to go with Julian Timber. Saliba there at centre-half. It's going to be Gabriel because of Gabriel's hamstring injury out for the season. Gutted about that. At left-back is going to be Miles Lewis-Skelly. I'm going to swap the midfield around a little bit because I was very disappointed with Martin Odegaard again against Fulham. He had a few little moments, but he gave the ball away a few times. And for me, I think he needs to kick up the arse. So I'm going to go with Declan Rice and Partey. I'm moving Ethan Nwaneri. I'm moving him into that 10 spot or Odegaard's place. And over on the right, we see him come back against Fulham. 7 minutes on the pitch and scores a goal. Bukayo Saka starts for me over on the right-hand side. Up front, I'm going to go Trossard up front, and over on the left, I'm going to go with Martinelli. I don't want to see Marino playing in that number 9 position. I really don't, man. He's not. I know he got a deflected goal against Fulham, and he scored about 5 goals or whatever since he's been playing in that number 9 position. But you never see him up there in that number 9. You never see him up. He doesn't play properly. It's more of a false 9 sort of position. He drops deep quite a lot, and we need a player to be in the box. So for me, Marino's not the guy. Put Trossard up through the middle, or Martinelli and Trossard on the left. I know I've said before that they don't really play well together in the same team, like start together. But as it stands, I don't think we've got much choice, and I don't want to play Sterling. I don't want to see Sterling playing again. He's not cut the mustard, not one bit for us. Every time he's played, he's not really done a lot. He might have played all right once or twice when he's come on. But for me, keep him out of the team. Go with Martinelli and Trossard up front and on the left, or whatever way round you want to do it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Stick a like on the video, and I'll see you soon.